cactus and succulent growers. I'm Lynn. Welcome to Desert Plants of Avalon in the north of Ireland, and welcome to my end of May cactus and succulent collection in the Polytunnel update. Now then, wow, there's been a lot happening here in the Polytunnel since my last update, and it's actually the end of May now. It's the 30th of May. So just to let you know if you're watching this video in the future, and there has been absolutely tons of cacti and succulents that have been blooming in May, and many of them are still in bloom or coming into bloom, and the ones that were blooming that are no longer blooming, I'll share photographs over with this update. But I just want to mention that the difference with our nuclear polytunnel here has made this time of year compared to our green one. It's remarkable because I've seen so many of our cacti coming into flower either for the first time after a long time, or many first time bloomers for us, and even the ones that bloom every year like the Haworthias, a lot of them have been coming into bloom so much earlier. So then, where do I start? I just want to tell you a little bit about the updates. Obviously, I'm going to focus more on what cacti and succulents are blooming and give you a bit of a scan round. Then I'll probably do a complete update video tour of all of the plants, maybe in another week or two. But I just want to mention it has been a very good May for the cacti this year. So then I'm going to start off, obviously, on this side here. Now, I'm going to show you what plants we've got and focus on the ones, obviously, that are really sort of coming into the flower and that. This is my big Euphorbia milli. And here on this side here, I have a mixture of many different types of mostly cereus cacti, although I have some opuntias, as you can see there, and my lovely cobra opuntia, and the roadkill opuntias, but lots of cereus different types. And these for us, we do get some of our cereus that do bloom sort of a bit later on in the summer. I have my big old Trichocereus grandiflorus red star at the back. I don't know whether you can see there. There's some lovely big hairy buds forming on that one, so that's going to have a magnificent display in the next month or two. My Labivia, Camelobivia hybrid, lovely hairy buds on that. That's going to be beautiful. First time bloomer also for us. And here I always have my Pilosa cereus pachyclaudus that always, this is its sort of woolly cephalium, but this will burst into beautiful flower usually in the July and the August time. So not really much happening with the cereus other than some buds forming. But I'll take you over to the other side of the cereus. This is the left side of the polytunnel, the right side, and we have a lot of buds coming on these ones. And we have a mixture of different types of mostly Trichocereus cacti, but many first time blooming for us. Now these Trichocereus scopolycolas, they often bloom as buds forming on there. My very big tall Pachanoi crossed with Scopolycola has amazing big hairy buds. Sorry for the light. When I lift the camera up towards the top of the roof, the polytunnel goes into shadow a bit, but I just want to show there's two massive hairy buds there, and absolutely magnificent. Going to be a magnificent display on this one. There's another bud there, as you can see, and this is about 7 feet high, guys. And our other all Trichocereus and cereus types as well, many sort of them also coming into bud. We have here, this is my Cactus bullmanii, and this is all in bud. And this is actually going to be blooming very soon. The blooms just suddenly pop open. They're tubular, so they're not going to look a lot different to this. They're just suddenly opened up, and then you get the lovely sort of purple inside them. But this has never had so many blooms on it, and this is definitely because of the light here in the polytunnel. It is just bursting with blooms. So happy to see. And also this is a first time bloomer for us as well. Look at that lovely hairy bloom, but bird I should say. This one is a Trichocereus, Trichocereus peruvianus, and it's one I've had for, well, I was in my early 20s, so a very, very, very long time, and it's never, this particular Trichocereus never flowered for me. So this is first time coming into bud, and very excited after all these years. And I know it's because of all the extra light in this polytunnel. Another lovely bud there on the Trichocereus scopolycolas, lovely hairy bud. So I've seen such a difference this year with how the plants are reacting. These are our lovely new Trichocereus that we got from our wonderful friend Stephen from his late father's collection. Just look at the lovely awesome spines on that. Absolutely stunning. They're just gorgeous. They're settling in really well. And this lovely Steno Cactus Iruka as well, called often known as the creeping devil, also got new growth starting to appear on it already there. So this is just really good news. So then I'm going to take you then to show you what is blooming beautiful. And I always say I'm going to try and make this a bit of a quick update, but you know me, guys. I can never keep things short. I'm too much of a chatterbox. So I hope you've made yourselves a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, whatever it is you like to drink. I'll try and be as quick as I can and just show you the updates here. Here on this table we have a mixture of many different types, sort of Mammillaria, Gymnoclisiums, Echinopsis. And I used to have all of the plants sort of grouped more or less in the same genus on the tables. But since we've had this new polytunnel, we just sort of have a bit of a mix match, mainly to size order. And so there's a mixture of everything. But I've had my many of the Mammillarias blooming and still coming into bloom. Here I'll show the Mammillaria red-headed Irishman, the Spinosima, beautiful crown of gorgeous pink flowers on this stunner here, and I just love them gorgeous lovely red copper spines. That's why it's called the red-headed Irishman. Beautiful Mammillaria spinosima. And then this other Mammillaria here, it's one that I don't have the ID for. I actually did, but it's one of the, you know what it's like, the labels either break away, fade or fall off or just mysteriously disappear. So unfortunately I don't have the ID. I do think people have given me the ID when I've done updates on this before, so do let me know in the comments down below. Be quite hard to ID a lot of Mammillarias because they can look pretty similar, but again it's one I've had for a long time as well. And this lovely Mammillaria is one we got from our friend Danny last year, so happy to see this bloom in there. And this one is one of my old Mammillarias, also one I had a long time ago that was sort of gorgeous, a Spinosimo on Goenville sausage hanging over the pot, and I had to cut it back and restart it because it got a bad case of mealybug at the base. But this is really doing really well now, so happy to see that lovely ring of flowers there. And lovely buds on my Echinopsis, as you can see. 3 big buds on one of my Gymnoclisium Buldea annums there. So that's going to be blooming very soon too. And my Mammillaria Boccasana has been blooming pretty much on and off constantly for the past 6 weeks. Absolutely gorgeous. And what I'm very happy about here is, and Danny, if you're watching this, my wonderful friend Danny Rose, Danny very kindly gifted us some incredible cacti and succulents last year, and I did an unboxing at the time. And happy to say that this is the first time they're coming into bloom for us. This is a big old Raybutia, and just look at that, it's starting to open up the flower. So I'm really happy there's another big bud there. So Danny, thank you for these stunners. They seem to be doing really well in the polytunnel. And this other big Raybutia here that Danny gave us is also packed with buds. Look at that, tons of buds. So that's going to be blooming gorgeous soon. My Mammillaria Hahiana, beautiful ring of flowers there, stunning. I love this little fluffy beauty. It's just gorgeous Mammillaria. And here more Echinopsis subdenudata, all with flower buds. Another Gymnoclisium here. This one is a Gymnoclisium. I don't think it's one I have an ID for. It's not a Boldianum, it's a different one. It has lovely white blooms with a lovely sort of deep red throat to it, and loads of buds on this year. So this is going to be blooming magnificent very soon. And this as well, very happy about, Mammillaria longimama. 2 gorgeous golden yellow blooms there. Just look at that, guys. And this is also a first time bloomer for us, also gifted to us from Danny last year. So really pleased to see this beautiful yellow flowering Mammillaria here. 2 blooms. Well, lots more buds on the way, as you can see. And the other Mammillaria longimamma we've got also packed with buds as well. And this little beauty, Mammillaria Magic Baby, has been also constantly blooming on and off, non-stop. So gorgeous to see. Mammillaria Campetrica, and this is one that just comes into life in the spring after its first watering. And it was a lot more blooms still ready to open there. The blooms are only small and pinky, not really the best how they're looking at the moment, but in a few days time this is going to be like a mound of beautiful little pinky flowers, absolutely stunning. And then here again, this Mammillaria Carmenera, disappointed to see no blooms on this year, but it's doing really well. It's really fattened up and lots of new growth coming on it there. And this one, had really disappointed this hasn't been blooming, and this one as well for me, because these are my Rebuchias. This Rebuchia pilocarpa and Rebuchia perplexa, and these are probably my 2 most favourite bloomers, or one of the 2 in my collection. And I really hoped with the extra light in the polytunnel they would have bloomed this year, but no signs of blooms. They're just stubborn. But they're doing well, they're growing healthy, as you can see, lots of new growth on there. So you never know, I just sit and wait. But cacti are just beautiful even when they're not blooming. I just think they're amazing, and I've got plenty of blooms on the others anyway. And then I've got here my lofts. A lot of them are coming into bloom or blooming. That one there, my lovely old loft, 3 blooms on that. This loft cospitosa has recently been blooming, as have my Lophophora friches as well. Another little Lophophora in bloom. So these will be blooming sort of constantly on and off all through the summer. And here Mediolabivia, and this was blooming as well with about 2 or 3 blooms only a couple of days ago. It's gorgeous, Mediolabivia. Lovely, look at that. And then this one as well is gorgeous. This is also a Rebuchia I got from Danny last year. Gorgeous, bright reddish orangey blooms. I'm just going to put a photograph over now to show you a couple of days ago, because the blooms were at their absolute best here, as you can see, and they're just sort of starting to go now. But very beautiful little Rebuchia, and the flowers are huge compared to the size. Here my Astrophyte and Capricorn also in bud, and just show you here my Ariocarpuses as well, all really doing well there. All my Astrophytums, and then all my other lofts as well. These will be blooming constantly throughout the spring and summer. And then here underneath, I just want to show you, I've got all my aloes, Haworthias, Gasterias, and all many that prefer a bit more shade under there as well. And here on this table then I've got mixture again of everything. My lovely Gymnosaglionis there. Look at the buds on that, 4 big buds, so that's exciting. And lots of buds coming up. My lovely big Prodia there, lovely big hairy bud, and loads of buds on this Echinopsis this year. Look at that, packed. So more buds than ever, and I can't believe it, I have to say. We've had pretty good weather's been, oh, hear the wind out there, has been up and down for May. We've had some lovely weather, and it's been followed then by lots of rain and clouds, so typical sort of May weather. But it's just been very good for the cacti. More flowers there with the blooming. So it's very, very sunny today, guys. So this may come, I don't know how the video is going to come out, if it might be a bit too bright, but I wanted to film while the flowers are obviously open, and I didn't want to wait till later when it was more in shade. More buds on there as well on the Echinopsis. My Telecactus hexandrophorus, lovely 2 big buds there. Look at that, and that's going to be an amazing bloom, and that flowers very soon. More buds on my Matocana. And here my big Echinopsis subdenudata, tons of buds on that. And this is my Echinopsis cardensiana. Look at them blooms. They sort of opened up towards the evening time, and they're still open now, sort of mid-afternoon, which is unusual because they usually close. But the scent is absolutely gorgeous. Just look at them blooms, guys. Absolutely stunning. And this also, my Stenocactus, has also been blooming as well, my Stenocactus multicostas, and I'll show you a photograph of the bloom, and this was blooming. Very beautiful, just coming to the end now. Lots of buds as well on my other Gymnoclisiums there. Look at all the buds on that. And also here I've got some gymnos. This is a gymno no ID that also Danny sent me last year. That's coming into bud. As you can see, the little tiny pink bud forming there. So going to be very exciting to see all these new bloomers for me here. And my Proderatone is packed with lovely buds. And oh, it's getting really hot in here, guys. I got the door wide open. And again, a mixture of everything here that's been blooming. This one has been beautifully blooming with multiple blooms only recently. Another gymno no ID as well. 2 buds starting to come on there, as you can see, pink buds. And this one, gymno baldianum again. 2 more buds coming on this. So good to see a lot of gymnos coming into bud for the first time for me, which is incredibly exciting. Echinopsis tapicana also coming into bud. And show you around here, another big Echinopsis, big hairy bud there. And a lot of my smaller cacti. Now a lot of these Rebutias have been flowering, and some still are as well. This lovely Rebutia heliosa, look at that gorgeous flower there. And this lovely little Rebutia as well. And this one of the most beautiful blooms as well on the other day. So come to the end, as you can see now. And here, this is one that I also got from Danny, seed grown from Abbeybook Nursery in Matlock in Derby in England. And there's still the one beautiful bloom, but this had 2 gorgeous blooms on it. More buds here and more buds there. Also first time bloomer for us. And what I'm mega excited about as well is that this is our Neoporteria. Neoporteria, I think it's Neoporteria porcicaustus. And this has 5 hairy buds, and this is also going to be a very first time bloomer for us as well. Not bloomed before, so it's working its magic in this polytunnel with the heat and the sun. Look at that, it's going to be amazing display. And then here these are all the gorgeous new stunners that I got from our wonderful friends Daz and Edith, Cacti Mania, here on YouTube. And I did an unboxing video at the time, and also when I did them all potted up, so they're all getting plenty of light under there and enjoying the sun here in the polytunnel, settling in really well. And I've got all the Haworthias that Daz and Edith sent as well under the table here on the tray. And the reason why I've got them under the table is that they're going to need more shade, because it is sort of very sunny and warm in this polytunnel, and they were going a lovely deep bronze colour. Nothing wrong with that. They're getting their deep colours because of the sun, but they've got more shade under here because you have to watch they don't have too much sun, but they're settling in really well. And absolutely awesome stunners there. So then, and this is all my other Haworthias, agaves, aloes, gasterias here as well. Also a bit more shade there. They do get sun, as you can see. I've got my agaves at the top because they can take full sun, but all the others have got more shelter, a bit more indirect sort of light there because they prefer the shade. Some of my aloes here, and these are our poinsettias, Euphorbia pulchimas here. And then right them onto this table over here with all of the succulents. And as I say, I don't want to get this video too long because I know people's time is precious. So just going to give you a bit of a scan around here, mixture of every different type, many different succulents here. And all doing really well. All our euphorbias here as well. They're loving this spot, and they have just grown so much since I put them in this polytunnel. I mean, look at that, that's our Medusa, the big growth on it at the top. Lovely little flowers coming on that one as well. They're settling in very well. They're just loving it in here. And look as well, look at this little Delospum echinatum. Look at the gorgeous little flower on that, it's stunning. So beautiful. And then here on this table have a mixture of cacti, and I also have a mixture of succulents, and so many of the succulents have been blooming. A lot of the Echeveria varieties, as you can see there, all in bloom, gorgeous. And loads of buds on a lot of my Camelobivias. You can see all them buds there as well, tons of them, too difficult to get in with the camera. And also more Rebutias, look at all the buds on that as well. And there, the Bivias, loads. And my little Elasteria Rebutia is also been blooming, stunning there too. Also buds on that other Rebutia. Wow, there's more buds there, as you can see. And I'm going to show you then. Now, I did a video yesterday of our two Echinocereus gentries that have been blooming beautiful from buds to blooms. And as I say, the blooms close during the daytime, which is why they've sort of closed now. And then they sort of open up then towards the evening. But I'll just show you a photograph now of what these blooms do look like when they open up towards the evening. They are breathtaking. And do go and watch that buds to blooms video. I only put it on yesterday, and a link to that video will be up above. So then here, more little, this is a lovely gorgeous little Echeveria. Not sure the ID, but it's a little miniature one. Isn't it just beautiful? Tons of buds on my peanuts, the Camelobivas, Silvestris. Let's look at all that. And look, double bloom today. This has been blooming gorgeous. Two gorgeous, stunning, bright reddish sort of orangey blooms there. And another little Haworthia here. This one is just gorgeous. Two little blooms, as you can see. Beautiful. And then you wait till you see this, guys. This is a first time bloomer for us. This is one of our epiphyllums that we have in a hanging basket here. And this was actually a cutting we got a couple of years ago from our friend Patricia. And to see this bloom, because we don't have the idea of it, and we thought it probably was a red flowering one because the bud was big and red, and it has opened up to the most incredible, a bright pink, huge flower. I mean, that's my hand. It's like a dinner plate. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful. And it's the first of our epiphyllums to bloom this year. We do really well with all our epiphyllums. We've got all the others under the table. My Pegasus, which is absolutely packed with buds, so that's going to be blooming magnificent very soon. My other one, my Mrs. G. Boheme, and also my Magdalene. All these different names of all these epiphyllums, but they're all in bud. So they're going to be blooming absolutely stunning very soon. But this one is the first time bloomer for us, and it's just stunning. Wow, another Mammillaria there, all packed with gorgeous buds. Look at that. That's my Mammillaria Spinosima unpico. Only the one head flowering. There's no buds on these two yet, but I'm sure they'll follow soon. Loads of buds on the Echinopsis there as well. And our Perogia magnificus, bud growing at the top on that one. Our Astrophytum ornatum has been blooming beautiful. You can see the bloom has just finished, but there's another bud at the top of it just starting to develop as well. So that is very good news. My Euphorbia horrida that I've had for many years. Look at the blooms on this, guys. Isn't it just beautiful? Little golden blooms. They're like little stars. It's absolutely beautiful, as you can see there. And I probably will film a separate video on this because the blooms are going to open up even more in the next. This is one that does flower all through the spring and summer. It's just gorgeous. And I did a separate video on this particular plant a few weeks ago. So if you want to know more about the Euphorbia horrida and the history behind my plant here, do go ahead and watch that video, and I'll link that video also up above. So this is just magnificent. My very old Luxemburgia principis here. And also another flower bud forming in our other Perogia magnificus there. Little flower buds, happy days. My old big Echinopsis here, but there's no buds on this one. It's just a multiple clump, but hopefully I'll get some flowers later on in the year. And then under here I have my dragon fruits all again. I give these a bit more shade as well, because I find they prefer a little bit more shade than the bright light directly. So I have these under the table. They do get plenty of light. They might look like they're in shade, but the sun does come later on in the day, the same as with the table with the Haworthias and that, but it's more filtered light, which they prefer. My old Euphorbia polycantha here that I've had for about 30 years, and a mixture of Pinot Cereus and everything under the table. And then my lovely old Perogia magnifica that I've had for many years as well. And I think there possibly could be the signs of buds also forming on this gorgeous clump as well. Amazing to see. Oh, look at that bloom. So my Astrophytum Astrophytum Capricorn myriostigma, That one has no blooms on this yet, but that one blooms usually a bit later in the July. And so does my Astrophytum ornatum, normally this one. So this has been blooming extra early this year. It's just incredible to see. My big golden barrel as well, I've had for many years. And then my lovely Oreocereus. I'll just show you that. I don't know if you can see with the camera, my lovely Oreocereus trolley there. And my Espostoa there, and my Cephalocereus cerealis, all the hairy ones, and lovely big Trichocereus candy cans, that one that Hans grown from seed many years ago. So then I think that's covered everything here roughly. There's so much more to show you, but this video will be very, very long, so I'm just sort of focusing on mostly the ones that have been coming into bloom and everything. And obviously I've got all of my Opuntias, and Jimbo here on YouTube, apologies for not doing the update on the Opuntias. I said I'll do a whole collection tour update. I've just been so crazy manic, but do stay tuned. I'll get that video hopefully done over the next few days of a complete tour of the Opuntias, even if I just scan the camera around, because they're the type that you don't want to get too close to, but they're all doing really well. Lots of new growth coming on them as well, which is really exciting to see. And I'll just show you my wonderful friend Ziggy here at Ziggy's Cactus channel, to show him what the lovely Opuntias he gave me last year are doing now. So Austrocylindra puntivestita, look at the new growth on that. And also the Austrocylindra Opuntia flacosa. Look at these new little growths. They're doing so well. Look at that. And the lovely Vestita as well, the Cristata one. They're all doing really well. So there you go, Ziggy's a little update. So, wow. Just lovely to see. Now, yep, I just show you've also got the hanging baskets as well, all the Ripsalis as well on there. But look at this, yeah, how could I forget that? This as well is another epiphyllum, and this is epiphyllum, and it has big huge yellow blooms on it. Again, it's going to be a first time bloomer for us. Just look at the size of them blooms. So that's going to be mega when that blooms. Just get the back there so you can see it. Oh, it's unbelievable. So as you can see, guys, there has been tons happening this month, and I was determined to get a video done for the end of May. Quick-ish update on what's been happening, and the difference in here with this new polytunnel. Honestly, guys, it's a dream for the cacti. A massive difference. Wow. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and if you've made it to the very end, then congratulations. And do go ahead and give this video a like. Do follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon. You'll see lots of photographs on there of all of these beauties in flower. And obviously, if you haven't done already, then don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. I want to wish you all, oh yes guys, if you've got it this far to the video, stay tuned for a video coming up on Sunday. That will be the 2nd of June, of a whole video. Me and Hans went to the Irish Cactus and Succulents Society show on Saturday, held in Dublin last week, and we had the most incredible day, and we filmed a whole tour of the show. So that's going to be coming up on Sunday, so do stay tuned for that. I want to wish you all a fantastic cactus powered day. Woohoo! Bring on summer.